Okay, what's up? It's your boy the Knologist. We're gonna be doing the question, is a subsequence. So let's check this. Given two strings s and t, return true if s is a subsequence of t or false if otherwise. Okay. So subsequence is a new string that is formed from the original string by deleting some, can be none, of the characters without disturbing the relative positions of the remaining. So ace, A, B, C, D, well, A, C is not. So you have to retain the original position. So we don't want to mutate the arrays, or we don't want to mutate the string. So S and T, we want to find out if S is a subsequence. Okay, I'm just thinking. S can be length 0, T can be length 0. So I'm going to return false as a base case. And then it'll return true only if it meets a certain condition. So S and T both have their strings. I want to iterate through T. So for and then I want to create a counter on S. If S at the counter equals T at I, counter plus equals 1, and then if counter is equal to len S minus 1, return true. So it's following the sequence of t, iterate through each one. I want to make sure I follow this subsequence. If it's in there, return it. If not, don't. So I just have to do one pass through t. So basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a counter on s, right? And I want to make sure that this sequence is in t. So right now I'm looking for a in t. So a is met. So I go +1 in s. Now I'm looking for b. It goes to h. It's not equal, right? Then it goes to b. It's equal. So the counter goes +1 again. So I look at c. And then it's not equal, not equal. Now it's equal to c. So counter goes +1 again. All right, so a, b, c, if the counter length, right, if it finally meets c, counter goes +1. If the counter is equal to len s minus 1, so 0, 1, 2, so the counter is at 2 now, 0, 1, 2, and the length is 3, so 3 minus 1 is 2. That means I reached my whole subsequence. Otherwise, return false. So let's submit it. Runtime error. Oh, I have to consider if s equals 0. It's going to run through this whole thing, and then if len s equals 0, let's try that. Five out of 20 test cases, s equals thing. Expected true. What? Okay, so let's return true in that case. Maybe I'm missing something here. It makes no sense. Okay, 7 out of 20 ACB. ACB. Output is true. Expected false. If s counter, so s at counter, s at 0 is a, equals t at I. A. Right, counter +1. Okay, so now I'm looking at C. So C, counter plus, okay, so A is thing, so now it's C. It goes through AH, doesn't equal, S the counter is not equal to T at I, B, C, D. So 1 would be 2. That's why. So it's 3. Right now counter would be 1 for C. Right. And then we meet C. Okay, so then I should just put this here. Let's try that. Boom. You see, it's the order of operations, because I want to make sure it gets to the point where it's supposed to be first. So it has to check first, then increment. So the counter is equal to len s minus 1, return true, otherwise increment the counter, come back. Right, but in this case, it won't get there, because it gets to the end of this len t. So it gets to the end of len t, we don't look at this counter anymore, so we just return false. So basically what this does is it checks. If len s is 0, return true, because the substring is contained within this. It counts an empty substring as a substring of this. Okay, cool, that's fair. If it's not, and we want to find whether the substring is t, we have to check whether the sequence is being met. So as we go through here, we find matching elements, then we increment this. Then we find the next matching element, then we increment this. And once we after b, we increment it. Right, and then we check. Is the length of the counter len of s minus 1? No, not yet. Because len of s minus 1 is 3 minus 1, 2. Right now the counter is at 1. Let's go boom, boom, C. We get to C. That matches. So now we do a check. Is it the len of thing minus 1? And if so, we return true. Right? If not, then return false. So, if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below. Okay, I'll just out.